pagbati na may ngiti sa aking mga labi. Naghahanap ba kayo ng makakatuwang sa pagre-review ng inyong anak? Meron yan sa DepEd. Ang ETUlay online tutorial ay libre at handog ng ating kagawaran sa pangunguna ng OUA ICTS EdTech. Ito ay isang proyektong makatutulong sa mga mag-aaral, katuwang ang mga magulang o kasama sa kani-kanilang tahanan para masagutan at maunawaan ang mga modules. Hangad din ng programang ETUlay ang matulungan ang ating mga guro sa kanilang mga blended learning classes. Ang ating ETUlay ay mula kinder hanggang senior high school. Bukod sa academics, meron din tayong mga special programs gaya ng All is Wellness, Reading and Math Remediation, Storytelling, Mommy Tech Talks, Classes sa Gramatika, Speech Class, Financial Literacy, at marami pang iba. Pinalawig din ng ETUlay ang ating Alive program para sa mga mag-aaral mula grade 1 hanggang grade 3. Gayon din ay mayroon tayong ALS program at SPED tutorials na makasisigurong makakamit ng lahat ang inclusive education. May SPED hotline na rin para sa inyong mga katanungan patungkol sa special education. Kaya, subaybayan mula Lunes hanggang Biyernes, mula 9:00 ng umaga hanggang 7:00 ng gabi ang ating ETUlay. Sa ating pagtutulungan, maiaangat natin ang bawat isa. Ating itutulay ang pagkatuto upang di mapigil ang pag-aaral ng kabataang Pilipino. Itulay natin ito, sulong edukalidad.
Mabuhay! Good day to all! I am your tutor Madge. Welcome to ETUlay, a free online tutorial, an initiative of the Department of Education, Information and Communications Technology Service, Educational Technology Unit, ICTS EdTech. This program is aimed at helping and assisting learners from kindergarten, senior high school, ALS, Alive, and SPED learners. Aside from answering the modules, the ETUlay is offering programs which you will surely look forward to. Together with our parents and teachers, the ETUlay will bridge the gaps where difficulty and ease meet in learning new knowledge and skills. So, let us prepare our modules, pen and paper. Ready your mind to see and hear worthwhile and interesting lessons. Let us now study and learn, together with our volunteer online tutors. Tara na!
afternoon sa ating mga Materific 9 learners sa Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. Binabati ko nga rin po ng magandang hapon ang ating principals, DepEd High School, SDO Caloocan City. Hello po sa inyong lahat dyan. And of course, sa aking sa aking head ng Mathematics Department, walang iba kundi si Sir Pablo Ragunton Jr. Hello po. At sa aking mga co-teachers sa Mathematics Department. Ayan, so bumati muna tayo sa ating mga Materific 9 learners. Hello po sa inyo. Malapit nang matapos ang ating school year and I hope na kayo ay mag-tune in pa din hanggang sa huli ng ating ETUlay Quarter 4. At syempre bumabati, unang-unang pagbati mula kay Dina Garing Navarro from Ocampo National High School, SDO Camarines Sur. Hello po sa inyo dyan. Antoinette T. Hernandez from SDO, ayan, from Pulong Buhangin National High School. Hello. We also have here John Kyle Brandes. Ayan, talagang nanunood every single Friday, no? Hello din sa inyo. Cassandra Chavez Sepe. We also have here, yan, talagang tinatad tayo nila Cassandra Vina. And of course, we also have Antoinette. Yan. So, binabati rin po natin ng great afternoon. Of course, ang aking mga SDS, aking mga supervisor dito sa SDO Caloocan City. Alright, so I hope ready na tayong lahat and I'm sure ready na rin kayo mag-participate. Dahil kung meron kayong tamang sagot sa ating mga tanong, I'm sure, and itag nyo na mga mathematics teacher nyo dahil pwede kayong bigyan ng additional points for the exam. Alright, hello Irish, hello sa inyo dyan. Alright, nakikita nyo po ba ako? Okay, so, yan. Hello Marinel National High School. Okay, so nakikita na po ba ako? Sir Abhil, ating captain, nakikita ko naman po yung self ko. Alright, tama po ba? Okay, so let me direct. Pwede na po bang i-share ang ating screen? Hindi nyo po ako nakikita? Okay, hindi po, wala po. Pero naririnig nyo po ako, pero nakikita ko po yung sarili ko. Ayan, so meron lang tayong konting technical problem. Yan, nakikita nyo na po ba ako? Alright, sige, sagot lang po tayo sa ating comment section. So, good afternoon po. Watching from Ocampo National High School, SDO Camarines Sur. Yan, naririnig at nakikita nyo na ba ang aking kagandahan? So, hello po. From, yan, hindi pa rin po ba? We also have here from, okay, ang daming taga SDO Camarines Sur. Alright, sige, send ko lang ang aking pic, sandali lang. Close cam lang natin ulit. Ayan, so nakikita na natin ang ating sarili.
Tutor Angenique, ayan. Good
Yes,
afternoon
po.
po sa lahat ng ating mga ETUlay learners dito sa ating grade 9 Mathematics. Ayan, so pansamantala medyo nagkakaroon yata ng technical difficulty si Tutor Angenique dahil hindi natin siya makita on cam. So Tutor Angenique, okay lang ba na leave ka muna studio ulit tapos balik ka? Wala nang problema habang inaayos natin para makita syempre yung prepare mong napakagandang smile para sa ating mga ETUlay learners.
Ayan, sige
po.
po.
Palit muna tayo saglit habang ako muna ang
sige po.
babati sa ating mga grade 9 learners. Ayan, so sabi ko nga good afternoon po sa ating lahat ng mga ETUlay learners. So muli po ako si Tutor of Hill at na makakasama nyo muna ngayon dito sa grade 9. Pansamantala lamang habang hinihintay po natin na maayos ang technical difficulties po sa part po ni Tutor Angenie. Kasi nga malinaw natin siya naririnig pero unfortunately hindi natin siya nakikita sa camera. So sayang naman syempre yung kagandahan ng smile of course ng ating Tutor Nikki. Ayan, no. So bago ang lahat, batiin lang muna natin kasi na-miss ko naman din kayong lahat na batiin this afternoon. Sila Vina Garing Navarro from Ocampo National High School, SDO Camarines Sur. John Kyle Brandes, good afternoon. Richelle Colili from SDO Isabela. Sa kanyang teacher Eleanor Duarte. Tama pa? Duarte, tama siguro. Janelle Paulile. Good afternoon din po, Antoinette T. Hernandez. Magandang hapon din kay Princess Anika Moral. Ganon din po kay Princess Divine Manipon, Antoinette Hernandez. Ayun, si Ronnie Tungpalan Jr., De La Cruz, Jonah May, John Kyle Brandes. Ayan, magandang hapon. Ayan, so habang hinihintay pa natin sila Tutor Nikki, ngayong hapon po ang pag-uusapan ninyo later ay tungkol po sa ayan, nakikita nyo sa ating screen ang problems involving right triangles. Ayan. So nakita ko si Tutor Nikki, mamaya check natin kung makikita na siya on screen. Sana makita na para kasi na-miss natin lahat to dahil 'di ba every Friday lang natin nakikita si Tutor Nikki kaya naman isulit natin yan. Ayan, nagtatawag na sila Chris Emmanuel. Maraming salamat sa lahat po na nag-share ng link, sa lahat po na mga nagbe-mention ng kanyang mga classmates at sa patuloy na pagsuporta sa atin. Ayan, so Tutor Nikki, tingnan natin kung nakabalik na. Ayan! Very
Ayan,
good, Tutor
nakita
Nikki.
ba ako?
Yes, nakita na kita. Kanina kasi malinaw yung boses mo, maganda yung delivery, kaso yung camera mo lang talaga parang bigla nag-block. So, ang tagal pa naman, sayang mga siguro nasa 3 to 4 minutes ka din ganun. Pero, bawi,
Sorry.
okay lang, Tutor Nikki.
Okay,
So,
sige.
grade 9 learners, iwanan ko sa inyo, syempre, isa sa mga math diwata ng Math Talino Day Friday, si Tutor Nikki. So, take it away, Tutor Nikki.
Alright, thank you, Tutor Abhil. So once again, great afternoon sa ating lahat. Ay nako, ulit ang inyong tutor, ang inyong math lupit, pero math bait na tutor si Tutor Nikki. Alright, so let's start. Okay, nakikita niyo na ako. Nakikita niyo ba ang kagandahan? Alright, pampag-good vibes lang po yan, no? Good afternoon, Jeffrey, Vina, John, Kyle, Janelle, Paulette, De La Cruz, and Vina Garing. Siyempre, dito na natin gawin yung ating greet, tag, and share, GTS time. I-greet nyo na ang gusto nyong batiin. I-tag nyo na yung mga kaibigan nyo, kaklase na gusto ring matuto. And of course, share. Share lahat ng link ng ating DepEd ETUlay online tutorial. And don't forget, every Friday po tayo at exactly 3 p.m. and onwards. Alright? So, let us start. Yan. So, ang ating pag-usapan ngayon ay problems involving right triangles for week number 4 to 5 na po ito. Actually, for week number 4 to 5. And of course, I'm your tutor Nick from SDO Caloocan City. And of course, ang ating talaga namang very good mother na si Tutor Janet from SDO Pasay City. Nagpapasalamat po kami sa ating DepEd Central Office sa pagpapagamit ng ating module ngayon. Alright, but before we start, let's have a pre-test. Tignan natin kung meron na tayong natutunan for our previous weeks na pinag-aaralan tong right triangle. Okay, choose the letter of the correct answer. Please answer via chat. The number and the correct letter. Number 1. Luisa is in a hot air balloon 30 feet above the ground. She sees the landing spot at an angle of depression of 34 degrees. What is the horizontal distance between the hot air balloon and the landing spot to the nearest foot? Actually, hindi na tayo mahirapan dahil meron na tayong figure dito below. So we have here, angle of depression is always equal, or I must say, is equal to angle of elevation. So ibig sabihin, this is also 34 degrees. Alright? So tandaan natin na angle of depression is over here. So that is also equal to the angle of elevation. Now, ang tanong natin is horizontal distance. So what function is involved here? Okay, so habang kayo ay naglalagay ng sagot, bibigyan ko na kayo ng clue or ng hint. So, horizontal distance, that is the adjacent side. Then we have this height, and that is opposite side. What function is involved when we have adjacent side and opposite side? That is tangent function. Alright, so pwede natin gamitin yung tangent, theta. Let me use another color. Tangent, 34 degrees is equal to opposite side, 30 over A, which is the unknown. And then, We can solve for A just by using cross-product property. Okay, sige, tingnan nga natin kung meron nang nasagot ang ating mga mathematic learners. Ayan! Meron nang sagot. At ang unang-unang sumagot, si Bernard Arellano. Sabi niya, letter C. Sabi naman ni Vina, letter C. Aldrich, letter C. 44, may pa-question mark pa yung iba. Okay, mamaya itag natin ang inyong mga mathematics teacher para naman magkaroon kayo ng additional points for your long test or exam soon. No? And the correct answer is letter C. Great job. Next for number 2. The line of sight from a small boat to the light at the top of a 35-foot lighthouse built on a cliff 25 feet above the water makes a 25-degree angle with the water. To the nearest foot, how far is the boat from the cliff? Ayan. How far is the boat from the cliff? So we are also talking about the horizontal distance. Ito na naman, pinag-uusapan natin. But first, we have to determine ano ba yung mga side na involved. Alright, so we have here ang hinahanap natin, horizontal distance, which is the adjacent side. Let me use another color for this one. Habang kayo ay sumasagot. And we also have the given, which is the opposite side. So once again, anong function ang involved, opposite and adjacent? That is tangent function. Alright, tingnan natin kung meron na ang nakakasagot. Shout out muna natin ang may pinakamabilis, no? With the fastest finger a while ago, si Bernard Arellano. Top 2 si Vina Garing Navarro. Top 3 si Aldrich Rans Tipones. Pang-4 naman si John Carl Brandes. At pang-5, umahabol si Janelle Polete. Alright, tignan natin. For number 2. Meron na ba ang nakakasagot? Meron na bang nakakasagot? For number 2, pakitag na ang inyong mga mathematics teacher para naman kayo ay mabigyan ng additional points. Alright. So we have here, once again, ang given natin ay opposite side, 35 feet. Ito naman, 25 feet. And we also have the adjacent side. So we know, tangent ang pwede nating gamitin. So once again, okay, gagamit ako ng ibang color. Habang kayo ay sumasagot pa, tangent 25 degrees is equal to opposite, which is the total, of course, 35 plus 25. That is 60 over adjacent, which is the unknown. All right, so using cross-product property, which we tackled last third quarter, what is or how far is the boat from the cliff? Ayan. Meron na bang nakakasagot? Tignan nga natin. For number 2, marami na ang nagsagot. And for number 2, ang tamang sagot ay letter B, 129 feet. Tignan natin kung sino ang may pinakamabilis na kamay with the fastest finger. Aba, top 1 ulit. Si Bernard Arellano, top 2 si Vina Garing, top 3 si Janelle Colete, 4 Princess Anika Moral, and 5 si Antoinette P. Hernandez. Congratulations! Kung ako ang teacher niya, bigyan ko nila +5, di ba? Next, number 3. Okay. Number 3, find the length of the shadow cast by a 10-foot lamppost when the angle of elevation of the sun is 58 degrees. Okay? Lagyan lang natin dito ng degrees. Is 58 degrees. So that is the angle of elevation. Now we have here the horizontal distance, again, or the length of the shadow is the adjacent side. Alright, lagay lang natin, adjacent side. And of course, the height. The height is the opposite side. So we can also use, anong function ulit? Yes, that is tangent function, OA. So if there's OA, use tangent function. Alright, usually pag dalawang legs ang given, yung isang leg hinahanap at given yung isang leg, you will be using tangent function. Alright? So let us solve while you are answering. Tangent 58 degrees is equal to opposite, which is 10 feet, over adjacent, which is x. By cross-product property, bigyan ko lang kayo ng Hokage technique, no? Malupitang technique. You can actually, alright, switch this one. By cross-product property or proportion, no? We have x is equal to 10 over tan 58 degrees. Ayan. Just use your calculator and you will get the correct answer. And the correct answer is letter A, 6.25p. Tignan nga natin kung sino ang talagang nanguna with the fastest finger, no other than, tignan nga natin, aba talaga naman, napakabilis ng kamay. We have Bernard Aureliano, top 1, no? Top 2 na rin si Vina Garing Navarro, parang laging sumusunod si Vina. Sumunod, humabol si Aldrich Rancet Tipones, pangapat si Janelle Pulete, panglima naman si Chris Emmanuel Cordes. Ayan, so marami pa ang humahabol. Now, for our lesson for today, it is actually the extension of our previous lessons, no? At the end of the session, you will be able to use trigonometric functions to solve real-life problems involving right triangles. And now, in real-life word problems, we usually use the three trigonometric functions: sine, cosine, tangent. So, lagi nyo na lang tandaan yan. Where we have the mnemonic saw, sine theta, sine of the angle theta, equals opposite side over hypotenuse, or O over H. Ka, we have Ka, it stands for A over H, adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent, TOA, opposite over adjacent, or O over A. So, teacher, bakit hindi natin ginagamit yung cosecant, secant, and cotangent? Because they are only the reciprocal of these first three trigonometric functions. Alright? Now, always remember, meron naman tayong guide in solving a word problem. Let's start with number 1. You have to understand the problem. You can highlight, you can put a mark on the given numbers, ano yung hinahanap, what are the key data, what are the assumptions, no? Second, you have to develop a plan. Is this like a similar problem before? Kung similar lang siya, for example, for the right triangle, hindi mo na kailangang mag-drawing ng building. You just need to draw a right triangle. Can you estimate or calculate? If no, you can use your calculator. And what strategies you can use? For the right triangle. In trigonometry, no, ang ating tip, you have to draw. You have to illustrate. Especially kung nasaan yung angle, yung ating reference angle. Because it will tell you nasaan ang adjacent, opposite side, and hypotenuse. And next, you have to implement the plan. What is the solution? What function is involved? Is it tangent, cosine, or sine? And now, you have to calculate. Did you calculate it correctly? Did you answer the questions? And then, after that, don't forget, laging nagkakamali ng ating mga students dyan, unit. If in the problem, you use meters, then at the last part, you have to use meters also. And of course, look back. You have to double check, no? Katulad ng sinasabi ko, all over again, you have to double check, triple check, quadruple check, or many checks, no? As you can. Is there any other solution? Is the answer reasonable? Does that make sense? That making sense? If yes, then your answer is correct. You have to double check your answer. Now, let's try this word problem. Okay, tignan natin kung sino ang maunang makasagot nito. habang dinidiscuss po natin, pwede nang sumagot ang ating mga Math Terrific 9 learners, ha? Okay, hello, good afternoon. Watching from Isabela and Camarines Sur. Maraming nanonood, maraming salamat. Ayan. Talaga namang tinitake note din ni John Kyle Brandes ang ating SOCATOA. No? Hanggang pre-calculus, basic calculus, and shout out din sa lahat ng mga naka 3/3 sa ating pre-assessment or review. Alright. Actually, review na rin siya, no? Mrs. Peñaflor and her class went out into the street to find the height of the school building. Yan ang ginawa namin. Kaninang umaga, ako ay nag-face-to-face class. Ginawa namin to, no, outside the classroom. They made a simple sextant using a board protractor and a tripod. Each of the 18 students in the class measured the angle of elevation of the top of the building from a point 15 meters from the foot of the building and got an average angle measurement of 78.50 degrees. Find the height of the school building to the nearest whole number. And then another follow-up question, do you think the school is in the countryside or in the city? Let's explain it later on. Of course, by the drawing, it doesn't mean na mabivisualize natin na it is in the countryside or in the city. We must calculate first. Okay? Ayan. So, ito ang ating illustration. Once again, the angle of elevation is 78.5 degrees. And ang ating horizontal distance ay 15 meters. Okay? Right. Now, let's try to solve. Kung height yung given natin, parang ginawa na natin to a while ago, no? If we are looking for the height, this is the opposite side of the reference angle, and another given number is 15 meters, which is the adjacent side. Ano ulit ang gagamitin? A and O, or O and A? That is tangent function. Yes, tangent function. Okay. So, we have here, yan, pakita lang natin. So, let X represent the height of the school building. Meron nang nakalagay dito, no? Let X represent the height of the school building. And tan of theta is equal to opposite side over adjacent side. Now, tan of 78.5 degrees is equal to X, which is the unknown, over 15 meters. By manipulation, you will arrive with X is approximately 73.73 meters or about 74 meters high. So the school building is about 74 meters high. The question is, do you think this is in countryside or in the city? Okay, sino ang nakakuha ng tamang sagot? Okay, tignan nga natin ang ating mga Math Terrific 9 learners. Kung nakakasabay, yes, very good. Tangent function ang ating gagamitin. At syempre, nakasagot na kagad sila, 74 meters habang binabasa ko pa lang kanina. Now, the question is, do you think this is in countryside or in the city? Okay, let's estimate. Gaano ba kataas ang school building ninyo? Did you try to measure your school building? Yan ang ginawa namin this morning ng aking mga estudyante. We measured the school building using the clinometer, no? Which I made. Clinometer, using a protractor, a milk tea straw, and a weight. Alright, sabi nila, city, the school building is too high. Good job. Yes, that's correct. It's actually too high. Maybe parang ano na, no? Really modern. It should be in the city. Kasi ang aming school building, it's around 10 to 12 meters lang. 4-story siya. 4-story building. So, nasa modern place na to kasi 74 meters high. No? Good job. Now, let's proceed to the next example. Okay, so ito po kami Ito yung aming clinometer activity. Nilagay ko lamang po dyan. So ako po ito. No? We actually measure the distance from the school building toward the observer. And we use this clinometer. Okay, yan yung nakikita nyo. Dapat perpendicular lang yung body or against the ground. And then you just have an inclined angle and you can measure the angle of elevation. So 90 minus the angle that you got from the clinometer. So pwedeng-pwede po natin gawin yan. Nakakamiss na no, ang ating mga mga face-to-face classes. Don't worry, next year, lahat tayo. For sure, babalik na talaga. Yan. Okay, so nag-enjoy ang ating mga students yan. Next. Example number 2. An airplane is flying at an altitude of 30,000 feet. If the angle of depression of the airport is 10 degrees, how far must a radio signal travel from the airport to the plane in feet? What is the horizon? In other words, what is the horizontal distance of the plane from the airport in feet? Okay, tingnan nga natin ang ating mga Matherific 9 learners. Kamusta kayo dyan? Yan, so malakas na ang ulan. Malakas pa ba ang ating signal? Comment lang po kayo sa ating comment section. Alright? So, if we have the angle of elevation, we also have the angle of depression. Angle of depression is equal to angle of elevation. Alright, so we have 30,000 feet. Pero ang tinatanong, horizontal distance of the plane. Meron bang iba't ibang way para ma-solve ito? Yes, you can actually use okay, double check lang natin kung ito yung ating, okay, yan, hinahanap natin yung ating x. So, the involved sides of the right triangle are the hypotenuse and the leg opposite to angle ACB. So, drawing lang natin, ha? Okay, pakita ko lang. We have here, yan. So, I'll use math things. Sabi ni Matt, the involved sides of the right triangle are the hypotenuse and the leg opposite to angle ACB. So ito iba naman yung given natin. Sandali. Alright. Okay. Ito naman yung kay Tanya. Double check natin ha. Baka mamaya iba ang ating illustration. So, an airplane is flying an altitude of 30,000 feet. Alright. Okay, so, namali lang tayo ng illustration. But don't you worry kasi dito, ay teacher, tangent pa din yan eh. Opposite, tama ba? Adjacent, tapos opposite. So, tangent pa din. Pero, papaano naman kapag nandito? Okay. Angle of depression kasi 10 degrees, no? Yan. So, solve lang po natin. Ito, pwede na po nating isolve. Yung kanina, gawa na lang natin ng word problem. Alright? So, para hindi kayo ma-confuse. Now, we have here adjacent side and opposite side. So, tangent pa rin po tayo. Tangent. Tangent of 10 degrees is equal to opposite, which is 30,000 feet, over adjacent, x. Hokage technique, we have x is equal to 30,000 over tangent 10 degrees. Okay. Tignan nga natin ang sagot. Double check nga natin sa ating mga Matherific 9 learners kung meron na kayong sagot sa ating example number 2. Hello, still watching and listening from Ocampo National High School, SDO Camarines Sur. Hello po dyan. And of course, Mariano National High School Main, SDO Isabela. So using our calculator, kahit yung mga built-in cellphone nyo, no, meron na po tayong calculator. We just simply divide 30,000 divided by tangent 10. Ayan, tangent 10 degrees. So the answer is, tignan nga natin sa ating mga comment section. How far must a radio signal travel? Okay. So we have 100. Ilagay na po natin dito. 170,138.45 feet. Okay. So we can say that the horizontal distance of the plane from the airport in feet is 170,138.45. Okay. So yun yung ating horizontal distance. Pero ang tanong, how far must a radio signal travel? Paano naman? From the airport to the plane. O, ito naman, airport to the plane. Yan. So, ano yung hahanapin natin? Ito. Okay. So, dalawa ang ating dalawa ang ating question dito. So, we are looking for the diagonal distance, no? Paano naman kapag ito? Trace lang po natin, ha? Okay. So, lagyan na po natin dito. Ito na ang ating next na hinahanap. Let y be the distance from the airplane to the airport. Na-excite si Teacher Nikki, sinagutan na kagad yung horizontal distance kasi may x, no? Okay, how about the y? Paano kaya yon? So, if ang involved ay ang ating opposite side at ang ating hypotenuse, anong function ang gagamitin po natin? The function is sine. Okay, so let us use sine. 10 degrees is equal to opposite 30,000 divided by hypotenuse, which is y. Or simply, y is equal to 30,000 over sine 10 degrees. Okay, malupitang Hokage technique yan, no? We just swap sine 10 degrees tsaka yung y. Okay, nakakasabay na ba? What is the value of y? We already found the value of x. What about y? Tignan natin. How far? Very good. Marami nakakasagot sa horizontal distance. How about the value of y? Sine function buuin natin, ha? Kasi sin function, ibang function yun, no? S-I-N-E. Okay, let's try to solve using our calculator. We have, tignan nga natin. We have 30,000 divided by sine 10. Just to double check. Okay. Sine 10 degrees. The distance is? Ayan. So, habang inaantay natin ang sagot, okay, sinasagutan pa rin yung horizontal distance. Siguro, late lang tayo ng ilang segundo, no? The answer is 30,000 divided by sine 10 degrees. We have, alright, so bati muna tayo habang inaantay natin ang inyong mga sagot. Good afternoon from DepEd Isabela, Grade 9 Eucalyptus. Hello po sa inyo. At ang inyong teacher ay si Ma'am Eleanor Duarte. Ayan talaga ang ating mga masisipag na kaguruan. Talagang sinishare ang ating ETUlay link. Ma'am Eleanor, hello po sa inyo. And Sir Ruel Briñas ng SDO Camarines Sur. Okay. Good afternoon po, watching and listening from San Mariano National High School. Sige, bigay na po natin. Pero ang tanong, aside from sine, pwede ba yung cosine? Yes, pwede ang cosine. Paano yung teacher? Gamit tayo ng, ito yung sinasabi ni Tanya kanina eh. Paano kapag hinanap ko yung isang angle? Let's use another color. What is this angle? We know this is 90 degrees. This is 10 degrees. So, these two angles are complement to each other. So, ibig sabihin, we just subtract it from 90. So, 90 minus 10, we know this is 80 degrees. Pwede ba? Kaya bang mahanap ang ating distance from the airplane to the airport using 80 degrees? Yes. Using cosine 80 degrees is equal to adjacent 30,000 over hypotenuse y. Malupitang Hokage technique ulit. Y is equal to 30,000. Nakikita ba natin ang malinaw? Divided by cosine 80 degrees. Okay? Parehas ba ang lalabas sa sagot dyan? Let us double check. Meron parehas bang sagot? Makukuha nating sagot. Kanina sa value ng x, tama, no? Marami ang nakatama. No? Tignan nga natin yung may fastest finger dito. Si Vina Garing Navarro. We also have John Kyle Brandes with 2 decimal places talaga. Very good. Top 3 si Janelle Polete. 4 si Ermeline Madawin. 5 si Risa May Ano. Now, how about dito sa ating distance from the airport to the plane in feet? Ayan! Marami na ang nakakasagot. Pero nanguna walang iba kundi si Bernard Aureliano. Hello, taga saan to si Aureliano? Hello, Bernard. Okay, parehas ba ang sine at cosine? Tama ba? Are they going to arrive with the same answer using the sine of 10 degrees and cosine of 80 degrees? Okay, double check po natin. Yes. Yan ang sinasabi ni Matt at ni Tanya. So, Matt thinks pwede niyang gamitin yung sine, and then Tanya thinks pwede niyang gamitin yung cosine using the 80 degrees. Pero teacher, di ba mas madali, meron ng given. So, yun na yung gagamitin. Yes, pwede mo nang kagad gamitin yung sine function. Alright? And you will arrive with the same answer, 172,763 feet. Ayan, nasolve na natin ang horizontal distance and of course, yung distance from the airplane to the airport. So, napakahalaga yan, no? Lalong-lalo na in case of emergency, kinakailangan alam natin yung distance from the airport toward the airplane. At alam natin kung gaano kabilis marireceive yung message. Lalo na, no, kapag may nangyaring hindi inaasahan. So, ayan. So, have a safe flight, no? Kung may nakikinig man, dyan sa ating sa airplane, meron ba? Example number 3. Ayan. To measure the width of a river, 2 trees at points A and B on the opposite banks of a river are identified. Segment AC along one bank is perpendicular to segment DA. So, ito po yun ang ating segment AC. Segment AC along one bank is perpendicular to segment DA and is measured to be 100 feet. Angle ACB is 79 degrees. How far apart are the two trees? Okay, so ito po, gaano ba kalayo? Let us put W. Or what is the width W of the river? So, let W be the width of the river. Ano kayang function ang involved dito? Tignan nga natin kung masasagot ninyo. So, we have here adjacent side and opposite side. So, we can use tangent theta. Actually, nandyan na ang ating sagot. Tangent theta is equal to opposite side over adjacent side. Using the values or replacing the values for the angle and the sides given. No, we have tangent of 79 degrees is equal to W over 100. Cross product property, W is equal to tan 79 degrees times 100. Multiply lang natin itong dalawa. The answer is 514.46 feet. Okay, so kung napapansin nyo, usually ang ginagamit talaga natin, tangent, cosine, and sine to solve real-world problems. Okay, now let's go to assessment. I'm sure ready na kayong sumagot. Dahil from angle of elevation, depression, and word problems, kabisado niya na si SOHCAHTOA. So tandaan, kung AH ang ating given, cosine, function, ang gagamitin, sine, opposite, tsaka adjacent, and tangent, opposite, tsaka adjacent. Teka, baka may namali lang ako sinabi. Ulitin ko So, opposite and hypotenuse sa ating sine, cosine, adjacent, tsaka hypotenuse, and tangent, opposite, tsaka adjacent. No? Lagi kasing lumalabas yan si tangent. Now, yan. So, marami ng koda si ma'am. Let's answer this one. A north-south road and an east-west road end at the shore of a lake at points A and B, respectively. From point A, the line of sight to point B makes a 40 degrees angle with the north-south road. Point B is known to be 4 kilometers from the intersection of the roads, which is the appropriate drawing of the situation. Ano kaya yung pinaka-appropriate dito? Is it A, B, C, or D? Go ahead. Ano kaya ang pinakatamang illustration sa ating word problem? Ayan, so marami na ang sumasagot. Kabisada na si SOHCAHTOA. No? Gagamitin nyo rin yan kapag kayo ay nag-STEM sa pre-calculus. Alright? So we have, okay, ang tamang sagot, ang gagaling, mahuhusay talaga ang ating taga Camarines Sur at SDO Isabela. We have here ang unang sumagot, napakabilis talaga. Bigyan nyo naman ng additional points. Walang iba kundi si Bernard Aureliano. Ayan. So medyo na-excite lang si teacher. Ang galing-galing talaga ni Bernard. Palakpakan naman dyan, virtual clap. Sumusunod naman bakit nawala ang sagot mo, Chris Emmanuel? Okay, na-excite din siya. Sumusunod talaga si Vina Garing Navarro. We have here Ermeline Madawin, Chris, ayun. Nakasagot na si Chris Emmanuel Cordes. And of course, Janelle Polete. Ayan, umahabol din sila Princess, Anika, Aldrich, ayan. Richelle. Alright, John Carl. Ayan, so banggitin na natin. And the correct answer is letter C. Now, using that word problem, number 2, how far is point A from the intersection? Ilagay nyo na ha, isolve nyo na parehas. Number 2 at number 3. Number 2, how far is point A from the intersection? And number 3, how far is it across the lake from A to B? So, dalawa ang hinahanap. Lagyan ko lang po ng mark. Una, for number 2, yung point A, gaano kalayo dito sa intersection. So, ito yung ating number 2. And number 3, gaano naman kalayo from point A to point B. Okay. So, we'll be using functions dyan. You just have to use cosine, sine, and tangent. Alright. Tignan nga natin. Ilagay na kagad dalawa na ang sagot for number 2 and number 3. Okay, so while waiting, binabati ko nga pala, no? Ang ating mga estudyante. Congratulations, you're almost at the end of the quarter 4. Congratulations. Yung iba naghahabol, habulin nyo yan dahil next year, no? Magkakaroon na tayo ng face-to-face. As much as possible, makita na namin kayo. Okay? At magagawa na natin yung mga outside activities. Katulad ng ginawa namin kaninang umaga. Sobrang proud ako sa mga students ko. Alam nyo ba, nakuha nila. They almost get the height of our school building. That's approximately 10 to 12 meters ang sagot ng bata kasi tip lang, hindi kasama yung roof, 10.33 meters. So shout out naman sa aking mga students dyan. Shout out ko si Ebdani. Hello Ebdani. No, Dasaba, baka mamaya nagkamali ako. Ebdani, group ni Ebdani. Congratulations. Okay, so habang sumasagot pa kayo for number 2 and number 3, napakabilis talaga, oh. Meron yata itong calculator, no? Sumusunod na rin ang iba pa. Ayan. Pare-parehas naman ng time, pero ang pinakamabilis talagang nakapag-type ng kanyang sagot ay walang iba, ay si Bernard Aureliano. Sumunod si Chris Emmanuel Cordes. Pakita na natin ang sagot. Ayan. So, nahuli ang number 3. Ang tamang sagot ay B and B. So, number 2, it's B. Number 3, it's D. Sino ang mga naka 3/3? Ilagay sa ating comment section. So, meron na kayong 6 points dapat, no? Additional sa exam or sa long test. Itag nyo naman ang inyong mga teacher. Teacher, nakakuha na ako ng 6 points. Pakitag po sila ngayon. Alright, so top 1 natin dito si Bernard Aureliano, top 2 si Chris Emmanuel Cordes, 3 si Janelle Polete, 4 si Princess Anika Moral, 5 si Richelle Colili. Ayan, so we have 3/3. Ang huhusay talaga ng ating mga Math Terrific 9 learners. And don't forget, gawin itong activity na to, offline activity, and i-post po sa ating DepEd ETUlay Facebook page. Okay? At itag po kami ni Tutor Janet, okay, and Tutor Angenique, Tutor Nikki. #grade 9. Alright? So, please solve this one. Screenshot na natin. SS natin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Parang nag-online selling lang si teacher, no? Na-screenshot na po ba? Okay. So, maraming salamat po from the bottom of our heart. Please tune in hanggang sa matapos po ang ating quarter 4. Okay? For any feedback, just click this link or type it in your Google, no? tinyurl.com /Q stakeholders feedback. So, once again, every Friday po kami, 1:40 p.m. to 4:20 p.m. Thank you so much. Up next is si Tutor Joy and Tutor Roel. Maraming salamat po. God bless you all. Bye!
Ang husay naman! Natapos mo ang iyong tutorial session kasama ang iyong mahusay na ETUlay tutor. May bago ka bang natutuhan? I-share na yan gamit ang #ETUlayLevelUp. Huwag aalis ha, dahil may susunod pang programa na pwede mo ring panoorin at salihan. Dahil naghihintay na ang iyong mga tutors. Happy learning dito sa ETUlay!